49er faces domestic violence charges.
But now his accuser says those claims were made up to end his career. KPIX 5's Len Ramirez was in the courtroom today where the woman says she's done this kind of thing before. Len?
That's right, Ken. It was, we could hardly believe what we were hearing in court today. Reuben Foster's ex-girlfriend admitting that she lied and also tried to frame up one of her ex-boyfriends for domestic violence 7 years ago. Alyssa Ennis broke down in tears recanting her story that her ex-boyfriend and 49ers defensive star Reuben Foster beat her up in a fight at the Los Gatos home they shared last February.
Miss Ennis, is there anything that you can say? I know it was emotional for you today. Anything you want to tell the public?
Ennis ignored reporters' questions, but on the witness stand, Ennis said during cross-examination that she was angry and hurt after an argument and a breakup with Foster. Quote, "I wanted to be extra. I wanted him to go down. I was pissed." Then came a bombshell. Ennis admitted that in 2011 she was put in jail for trying to frame another ex-boyfriend for domestic violence in Louisiana. Foster's attorney followed up, quote, "So on February 11th, you go to your playbook and ruin his," meaning Foster's career? "Yes, sir," she said. The explosive testimony came during a preliminary hearing in which a judge will decide whether there is enough evidence to put Foster on trial for domestic violence, witness tampering, and weapons charges. Foster and his attorney said nothing when they left the courthouse, but one legal analyst who was in the courtroom said Ennis's testimony puts the domestic violence case on life support.
Mr. Foster plays on defense, but his defense team went on offense in this cross-examination of the accuser, and it couldn't have gone any better. And so now I think the DA's office will go back, reevaluate how do we want to let this play out. Should we just go after the firearms charge and leave the domestic violence charge out of it?
The prosecutor said Ennis's 911 call and statements she made to her mother and brother are credible and consistent, that Foster punched her 10 times with a closed fist, and there are medical records of her ruptured eardrum. Today, she said those injuries came from a fight she had with another woman the previous night on the street. And at one point, Ennis broke down in tears, saying, "I'm sorry. I really am. I apologize to everyone." Now, one thing that is unclear at this point is to whether or not Ms. Ennis will face any kind of charges as to perjury or making a false police report. Now, a judge did not make a decision on this case today. She will be back in court next week to try and sort all of this out and figure out who is credible, who is not, and whether or not Mr. Foster should stand trial for the charges. Reporting live in San Jose, Len Ramirez, KPIX 5.